I've been seeing more of these types of birds ever since I got to Chicago area. Seem like they're kind of a Great Lake bird. Never seen them anywhere else. Never seen them in my hometown of Rice Lake. They're hanging out with some geese. They don't have any babies. This toad is very slow moving. Seems a little stiff because it's cold out. Okay. So at 6 p.m. last night, I ate that steak and 6 eggs, 1 pound of steak, 6 eggs. And I was feeling tension in my heart. That was last night. A lot of times I've had issues with eating the heavy protein and late in the evening time and then trying to sleep. It woke me up at 1 a.m. Just a heaviness in the heart. I think my extra exercise is making it easier to deal with, but as people have said, maybe experts, I don't know, they say eat heavy proteins in the morning and light carbohydrates in the evening time. I didn't follow that, and I mean, I suffered. I don't like that feeling. I don't want to deal with that. I just got lazy, cooked late in the evening, and then decided to eat it. I did contemplate saving it until the morning time. I should have done that. Alright, I'm in Waukegan, still just a different part of it. I want to check out the beach. They don't want us on the dunes. They made a little trail. Nice, or I mean, this rope is not that great. It's flaking off. It looks neat. Ropes generally not cheap. I wonder if Chicago was just sand dunes. It's impossible to see Lake Michigan in Chicago, but just got to get a little further north, and all you gotta do is you can park pretty close and just take a little sand trail in, see what it more naturally used to look like before major development. Alright, I've been downwind of this sewage plant and it's just smelling the whole time. It's only a matter of time before I get sick to my stomach. That wind is not shifting. I chose a bad spot, and in the past I have gotten sick from this smell, this very smell. Alright, Bowen Park in Waukegan, Illinois. Uh-oh, looks like something dangerous is gonna show up in the air.
Melanie.
As soon as I arrive here, these people just come in and start making all kinds of racket around my car. I gotta get away from that now. And I'm walking away from that. I don't know where else I could drive exactly. If I would drive somewhere else, they'll probably follow me. These natural environment initiatives really bother me. They discourage people from taking a dandelion from the forest in an area that it's not a desert. It does have the ability to replenish itself. These are some crazy stairs. Some nice stairs, actually. Somebody actually put graffiti on the wood. It's kind of weird. So I crossed that little creek, and now I'm seeing ramps here on this other side. They're very distinct. A lot of mosquitoes around. I know this is a ramp. Yep. Smells like it. They're all around here. All ramps or leaks. They're very sensitive, very picky where they grow. Yeah.
He barks. She just barks because she's not used to anybody being in here. Sorry.
That's fine.
It's a Daisy. It's okay. He don't have no treats for you. You want the treat? No. No.
Well, I talked to those guys and asked them about asked them my standard question: how are the gnats, horseflies, mosquitoes, and let's see, maybe the ticks. I was told to get the dogs pick up a tick every so often. I was told the gnats are not bad. Horseflies are not bad. So that's interesting. I'm assuming that they're not going to be bad near the Great Lake. I'm seeing different kinds of vegetation. I'm hearing different birds, seeing different birds. Things might be a little better, surprisingly. Might be. So here's why Masons got power. Masons have the power to erect courthouses. They're the only ones maybe who could make courthouses. They're gonna have some influence. Alright, today is Wednesday, so I missed it. I missed the free museum, and I don't plan on sticking around till noon tomorrow. They probably, thinking maybe they must have had rails here on the edge, but it's not that tall, I guess. So they're bringing kids from Chicago over here. They're saying what they did historically. I gotta look. There's like over 100 kids here right now, shipped in by 4 buses. I got a little nervous that they're gonna come around my car, but that's out of their boundaries apparently by the chaperones. Of course, the chaperones are gonna prefer the kids being grouped up tightly together. They bring over 100 kids here, and not one of them can walk over to the skate park and have a look at it. So there's like maybe 20 of them that were walking this way, but then somebody said, "Hey, you can't go over there." So they all turned back, and it looks like it's all Mexicans. So they were pulled from the Mexican district of Chicago. I don't know how you get so many Mexicans together that sound American in their language, because I could hear them a little bit. So those kids aren't even allowed to walk over here and see this amazing vine growing on a baseball fence. They just let it go. Yep, it's grape. That's got to be a lot of weight, especially when the leaves come out and the berries too. Look at how thick that vine is. It's as thick as my walking stick. That's an amazing looking vine. This is unlocked. Looks like it hasn't been touched. Do the lights still work? This is some of the thickest grapevine you'll ever see around. Wow. Yeah, they allow the vine, in fact, seem to even encourage the vine to grow on the entire fence, pretty much. A very wild look. Is the fence designed to handle you're pretty much you're shortening the lifespan of the fence by allowing so much growth on it. But it's probably maybe not a big deal if they got the money. So I've been feeling a little ill in my car. I do smell smoke from probably the charcoal that the chaperone started. I'm downwind from that. I think I gotta move again because I need relief. If the relief is coming from getting out of my car and away from the smoke path, then I can't sit in my car in that spot anymore. Once again, it's just I gotta shuffle. I mean, they didn't start it right away, but then I think I've been sitting in it for like a half hour, maybe 45 minutes, and it's too much. All right, this smoke is really bad. I'm gonna move over just closer to the Mexicans, I guess. Where I'm at, I'm in the pathway. I see just every time I glance over, I see a billow of smoke. They should pretty much be done, but I don't know. It could be another hour for all I know. They're trying to feed over 100 people. Alright, I was going back and forth, trying to decide what to do, which direction to go, and all that to deal with their pollution. And I just moved to the end of the parking lot. We'll see if that charcoal smoke affects me over here. It was too much. Yeah, 50 feet can make a little difference when it comes to smoke. But also this move over here looks like it'll give me shade for the rest of the evening, I think. So I get the impression that this used to be, they say this used to be a swimming pool that was a natural spring, but then they brought in some kind of pump and they didn't use the natural spring anymore. Where does it say that? Something they built, yeah, the bathhouse pump and new pool were built over the existing one. So they rebuilt it a couple of times and then now it's, I think it's maintaining the shape of the swimming pool here to show where it was, and that they let it just go back to a more natural state. Alright, what am I supposed to assume when I see this white car pull in and then he parked with his front end to the left? Okay, facing the left. Then the FedEx guy pulls in, parks, gets out, runs over to the white car, and jumps in the driver's seat. Then he turns the car around so that the front end is now facing the right side. And they're sitting in there now. What am I supposed to think of that? And now they leave separately. It was the white car. What's weird is that FedEx guy got into the driver's seat, so that person on the white car moved over while inside the car from the driver to the passenger seat. Alright, at a trail here, they got a lot of information about the trail is called Lions Woods. owned by some pioneers, saying that the conifers didn't exist here before, and they supplied conifers to Colorado Springs. So the evergreens, they say, weren't here before. They were, that's what they claim. It's a wide trail and pretty busy. They have a police unit who hangs out here. Maybe he stops at several different parks. He's the forest cop. Sometimes I get 2 left feet. Then I try to overcorrect that, and I end up with 2 right feet. So I dumped a few more cords at the last park I was at. I made sure to toss them in the shelter. I want to get rid of this too. I can't believe the things I buy sometimes. I get in the feeling that I need these things, and it's like I have an air pressure thing already on my bicycle pump. I don't need this. It's got weights and takes up a little space, so it's being put in on the front so that I see it and know that I want to get rid of it. I forget the name of the city I'm in, but I know I want to go over a little bit to the coast. I know the next city is Zion, and I want to be close to the library that opens at 9 today on a Thursday, and I'll make use of that. There's a park nearby. I want to check out and see if maybe I can just park at that park for the day and walk over to the library. Yeah, sleeping here was okay, no problems. I prefer this than there's a Target nearby right across, and I tend to get checked out by the Target employees at night. I'll drive over and just make me feel a little like they might approach and talk to me, and they have in the past, and sometimes even cops have talked to me and kicked me out of Target parking lots. Waukegan, Illinois. Waukegan, Illinois. Alright, I cut another wire out of my car that's just not being used. It ran along the roof area and just was kind of annoying to look at, so I just cut it. So I saw this on the map. Esther's Well, made in 1902. Too bad they didn't have a picture of it. And then they restored it just less than a year ago. And it's just some kind of a grate over a little puddle of water. I see a penny. I wonder if they put something in for the summer. Alright, so the park is locking bathrooms. I'm getting a little desperate to find somewhere to use. I might have to just go in the open, I guess. It's not a lot of traffic around here. Alright, I just noticed, I checked the time, 7:20. They turned the well on at 7:20, so it's a timed thing. They're not adding anything to it, but they turn it off and turn it on at 7:20. Now it's flowing. Also, I gotta say, I don't like this area. I'm seeing things that I don't like to see, and I should have realized it. It's early in the morning. That graffiti behind the bathroom, them actually locking the bathroom, not good signs. So I don't think I'm going to park here for the day. I have seen enough signs. It doesn't take many. I think I'll move further onto the coast and just wait for the library to open, and then maybe return in the evening time and actually park at the library. Not stay here walk over to the library for the day, come back and hang out. I don't think this is a good spot. Oftentimes, and this is a silly observation, but oftentimes when I see two men walk one dog, that doesn't give me confidence in the area. It's so strange. Two men walking one dog. I don't like what I see when I see that. Often the area is not desirable. It's a weird observation. They're not kidding around about the dump truck area, the construction area. It's 4 dump trucks that pulled out. This is supposed to be, oh my God, Exelon Nuclear? What? Exelon Nuclear restricted area. I thought I was gonna go to the beach. I thought I was just gonna make a little walk over to the, there's a white car over there going that way. They got some kind of nuclear, then they got construction going on over here. 4 dump trucks came out. I see there's a restricted area, big fence around. I mean, I can understand the electrical grid, but wow, you don't just go, you don't drive over here. The Lake Michigan is this way, so you don't just drive over here and relax. They don't want anybody come over here. And yeah, there used to be, I think, a time when people could just drive over here because there's a big open parking lot looking area. This gate left unlocked only when a dedicated person is watching the gate. Wow. I can't just walk over here? Somebody left a key. They're talking about trespassing issues. I really want to have a look though. It's not all fenced. Authorized personnel only. There's a sign over there. So this is kind of recent, I think. I want to go have a look at that sign. At least it'll get me off the road so people can't call the cops on me easily. 2 more dump trucks pulling out. But yeah, this used to be clearly an area that people could recreationally wander around. I'm gonna read this sign. There's clearly a trail, and I'm guessing nobody can take now anymore. It's paved. It's a recent thing. There's even a shelter further down. So there's no access to this anymore. Life at the beach. Keep cats indoors. Birds are killed by cats. So this, I believe, they've shut all this down. There's even a shelter and an observation deck that even Google says exists. But there's no more access to this anymore. They're completely discouraging the access. Beach Ridge and Dune Formation. And this is a picture of the area, but they got bigger plans now. A lot of dump trucks pulling out. That's 7, 8 dump trucks now, all pulling out at the same time at 7:30 in the morning. Yeah, they even got a sign up here. Access to this trail, they're saying, is no longer allowed because it's a construction site. What a strange development this is. Zion Park District. That's old. Park hours, sun up to sundown. The parking lots over there where it used to be a parking lot that they've closed down for the nuclear. So, nuclear facilities. I always thought that they would probably want to set up next to Great Lakes, large bodies of water, fast flowing wide rivers. A changing dune habitat, yeah. If it's turning into a construction area, early stages of a construction area. I'm gonna have to look into it more, but I'm getting the feeling like this is all shut down. It's all considered shut down. I'll have to look into it more. Google Maps, I didn't see any information that it's permanently closed, but you know, I can miss those things sometimes. There's quite a few footprints though. People are still recently coming out here, at least since the last rain. These look like fresh enough tracks since the rain would clear them out. Yeah, this is the Lake Michigan. 2 observation decks on the end. They got the agates. Whoa! Water's approached. So I think people might come out here for the agates. I know they're doing that on Lake Superior. Signs discussing the area. But now it's all shut down. At least a person like me, an outsider who don't know what's going on, I'm gonna get that impression that they're trying to shut it all down now. Google Maps says different. Hope a cop doesn't come out to bother me. Alright, the city decided to put a couple of trail cams on the edge of this. Whoops, that wasn't what I wanted to do. The edge of this observation and see what people have done to them. Wow, you can see the gears. Is this thing still working? It's locked in there tight. That's one. The other one, they totally broke out somehow without breaking the lock. But yeah, the city decided to put 2 trail cams on the edge, and I don't think they're in good shape anymore. Yeah, these truckers are highly active through this area. It's not just a, you know, a casual construction zone. It's highly active. I think in the past 20 minutes, there's been like 20 trucks, dump trucks that seem kind of empty actually. They might be hauling stuff in. They seem kind of empty leaving. Yeah, I don't think I need to walk any further over. Those dump trucks are highly active. In fact, yeah, there's a sign right there. They put the construction sign right before this entry sign. God, those guys are speeding. It sounds empty. I think they're hauling things in. My car's parked over there. Trucks passing by. It's a very uncomfortable spot now. Now that they've decided to do construction here. One of these ex-railroad signs is taken. They're kind of old signs. Oh, this is a swing gate as well. Free signs, because these signs are pretty meaningless. This track looks like it's abandoned. And there's those 2 big birds out there. You know, they could just make the trail on these tracks kind of allow people, should still allow people access. I don't see why I would get in trouble for coming out onto this trail, which, you know, this access point would be out of the way of the construction. But then you got the nuclear issue with Exelon. I guess you want to court on for that. So upon leaving, they got this sign, Zion Solutions General Parking, with a little sparrow or swallow on top. And this is the parking lot that's closed, that gated it off with the warning restricted area. And it's all a restricted area now. And I get the impression they're actually restricting the observation area too. What a strange setup.